Ready?
Why not be ready, right? You're here with
Yeah,
DJ
right.
Strick, and this is the stream show. I have Alec Johnson in the studio with me because Alex is doing this summit, this digital summit, digital stage summit. Did I say all of that right?
It's all good. Digital Stage Summit. Yeah,
That's
it's
it.
a good
I
little
got
mouthful.
it. I got it. I got it. He's doing the digital stage summit coming up, and I'm also excited, Alec, about next week because it's a 3-day summit with some of the best content creators all on one stage for 3 days. And thank God that you invited me to be a part of it. But Alec, I would love for us to start the show where you're talking about the summit. But before you do, for everybody that's coming on, I'm going to add in the Zoom link so that you can hang out with us if you have a question for Alec about the summit or any details about user-generated content, because we're going to talk about that today. I'm just starting because I'm excited about the opportunity to have Alec here with me, and hopefully you guys can all join in to the conversation as well. Digital Stage Summit goes down next week.
I'm honestly blown away by all the amazing speakers that we've got lined up, yourself included, leading one of the panels. There's no better person to run these sorts of discussions. You're just such a pro at it, and
Thank you.
same goes for all of the other amazing speakers that we've got. So yeah, it is 3 days. I can just show you if you want on what we've got lined up for the 3 days. I've got.
There we
The
go.
way that it's set up is it's all about leveling up your video first online presence. And so there's 3 different aspects to that as I see it. First of all, there's building out your toolkit. So it's the tech, the gear, the software, obviously Ecamm being foundational in all of that. But all of those sorts of things that you need to actually practically show up on camera looking great and sounding great. But then there is also this other aspect that when you are on camera, it's not just about having the cameras, the lights, and the microphone and so on. There's certain on-screen skills that you need to acquire and then develop. And that's what day 2 is all about. It's about perfecting your presence. We've got some amazing sessions there talking all about audience engagement, storytelling, and things like that as well. But then hopefully, if you are delivering your value, then you want to be able to scale your business as well. Be it a, not for profit, but you want to scale to have the maximum value to deliver to the most piece of people and have a bigger impact. Or if you're looking to monetize, then you want to be able to grow and generate more revenue from all of the things that you're doing with video. So that's what day 3 is all about scaling your business. And actually, although we do have things here that are business specific, such as, talking about sales, talking about digital PR and things like that, there are also a few sessions in there that are more about the sort of mindset and productivity side of things, because actually there's no good having all these frameworks and tools if you're not in the right frame of mind to do it and don't have the sort of frameworks in place to actually go and implement them. So yeah, that's what the 3 days are. We've got just a phenomenal lineup of speakers, the majority of which are straight out of the Ecamm fam, of course, but we've got a few others from outside of the industry as well, or outside of the Ecamm fam. But just look at all the amazing people that are showing up. We've just got all the names that you're familiar with, and a few in there that you're probably not. But yeah, there's your panel. Strick, great to have you leading that panel with Eden Liu, Roderick, who's a great live producer himself, Luria Petrucci, and then Louis Vega as well. Louis Vega, the obviously Mr. Camera Junkie, and that is all about choosing the right tech for your needs, and really not just a case of looking at full-blown studio setups. It's about, as I say, finding the right tech for your needs, and that might well just be a phone camera, a couple of lights, and a decent microphone. We don't need to go totally overboard with all of our studio setups. So that's what the summit's all about, digitalstagesummit.com. I should probably just also mention we are running a giveaway as well. Over $6,000 worth of gear, software, and training as well. This is all being made possible by our amazing sponsors that we've got, Ecamm obviously being one of them, but also Rode, Elgato, and Obspot. So I'll drop some links into the chat for that, but it's basically a complete studio setup, everything that you see there. And then also I'm including training and one-to-one coaching so that the lucky winner is going to be able to get the most out of all of that gear. Yeah.
That's
Just
super cool. How do they sign up for that? How do they sign up for the giveaway?
I will drop the link in the chat right now.
Do.
It's giveaway at digitalstagesummit.com/giveaway. But let me just drop that in. And there we go. And by the way, we'll also, as well as that giveaway, you don't have to attend the summit to enter that giveaway. It's, they're sort of almost separate, but obviously combined as well. But also, we'll be doing giveaways throughout the event as well. And we've got over $2,500 worth of gear, software, and things like that as well to give away for people who are attending live. So you definitely want to get the live pass as well. But it is free to attend completely.
And listen, I just think that this is phenomenal. Guys, take this link. If you haven't registered already, it is a registration, right?
Yeah, it's a registration, so it's a free to register though. There is a VIP pass if you want to have lifetime access to the replays. It's just $47, but also you get access to the Zoom backstage. You also get access to a special Q&A that we're doing, 2 of those in fact, like a speaker Q&A after the main event. And also I'm running a complete workshop breaking down exactly how the whole event has been made, from the planning, the promotion, and then the preparation and the production as well. The four P's. So I'll break down absolutely everything about it, and you can come along and ask all of your questions in there as well.
I absolutely love it. Guys, I have him here. And if you got any questions, please, by all means, please let us know. I'm actually in the chat. He has them in the chat, and I'm throwing up on the screen as well how you can get your free pass and also how you can enter to get the giveaway. Alec, what you're doing as a content creator is kind of like next level here. So you just talked about how you are creating this summit, but also creating content about how to create a summit like you're doing behind the scenes of all of this. You're making content on top of content. I've just talked a whole month about content strategies, and this is the evolution as you have subscribers, as you have a lot of content and you have a network of people. Like, how do you put your network to work and do a digital stage summit like this? I think this is a whole nother show we have to talk about, and maybe a couple of months as you get your rest from doing this one, I bring you back on just to talk about putting something like this together as a content strategy for content creators. Because a lot of times we just think, man, I need to do my short form video, I need to do my, I don't know if this is a term anymore, but I'm trying to make it a term. And it's that middle range, 3 to 5 minute content size. I don't know what that is. It's not long form content. It's not short form content. But I think you need to have something between 3 and 5 minutes. So that mid range content, and then long form content. And then in this case, summits, webinars, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, a week-long webinar with you using your friends to be able to pull it off, I think is huge. So kudos to you. We're going to talk more about that today. But before I do you mind us going into the comments just a little bit and saying hello to some people?
Of course, absolutely.
There we go. So let's see here. Let me start at the top. So Mary Ann is hanging out with us. Hey, Ecamm family. Listen, I had a chance to see her Ecamm socks from the Ecamm fam community page. Did you see that as well?
Yeah.
She's showing off. I had to bring out my Ecamm socks one day and show you guys. And Brand,
I've got sock envy.
There you go. I completely understand. So do I. And Brandy Joe's hanging out with us.
Joe.
Pepper Tree is saying hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. There she is. Hey, family. And I'm hoping I pronounced your name right. I am the worst at pronouncing names, but
I'm with you.
Tansha is hopefully that's the way you pronounce it. Glad to see you. Howdy to you as well. And let me see here. There is a intense echo. I am not hearing an echo.
I'm not hearing an echo on my side either, actually.
Let me see what can possibly be going on. Anybody else heard an echo here? Please let me know. There he is. Looking forward to the summit. I am too. Hawkins,
Jeff's got one of our commentators, and actually Brandy Joe as well in the chat. We've got summit commentators between the different sessions, and Brandy Joe's going to be a commentator. Jeff's going to be a commentator. Just having a look if there's anyone else in the chat. But yeah, great, really amazing folks that are going to be helping to sort of carry the show between sessions as well.
Reggie Joe says event level is where I want to go. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. That's the next level content creation. Hey, now, good to see you. I do prefer medium range content. Okay, I'm trying to get there. I'm talking my head off for an hour normally when I go on, and there the guy is. Brent Collins, what's up to you, sir? Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Okay, Kath is here. Good to see you.
Hey, Kath.
The live streaming teacher. I see you. Thank you for coming through. Taisha. There you go. I got the phonics. Normally, I'm not even good with phonics at all, but I got it. So thank you for doing that. There's no echo here. I don't hear echo. There wasn't when I had two browsers open. Okay. Listen, normally it's not me. that's me being boastful. I'm sorry, but I'm glad we figured it out.
I was once a guest on somebody's podcast, and I was hearing this echo all the way through it, but they said that they weren't hearing it, and I just assumed that, like, oh, maybe it's something on their side. Anyway, and when I came to close down the interview mode window at the end of the session, I realized, oh, I was actually running running in a browser behind it. It wasn't going into the production, but all the way through, I was getting put off by my own voice and thinking it was on there, and then it was me all along.
Sometimes that happens, right?
To us all. It happens to us all.
And that's my shirt today. You
Nice.
see a Live Happens shirt from Ecamm.
Absolutely.
What's up, Jeremy? Thank you for hanging out there. Just signed up for the summit. I'm excited to listen and learn. Oh,
you're in for a treat. We got some amazing folks.
I love it when a plan comes together. Live Principles. Hey, man, thank you for coming through. Thank you for hanging out with me, and thank you for telling me there's no echo. There she is, Kathy Walker. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Somewhere, let him in. Let him in. No echo here. Great. Listen, we got so much going on tonight. Thank you, Alex. So embarrassing. Yeah, sometimes that happens. No worries at all. Where's the summit link? Let's put it up one more time so she can actually get it. There's two things that we have in the chat. So Alec had already put it in. So we're going to try that one more time so you can actually see where it is. But there it is. I already had it on the screen.
Yeah, I've just dropped it back in the chat as well. So one's for the summit and one's for the giveaway as well.
So, guys, please come through. We have so many of your favorite Ecamm content creators going to be a part of the Digital Stage Summit, but it is an opportunity for you to come and to learn. It is completely free. So all you have to do is give a little bit of your time to actually learn a little bit. Ernesto, hey, man, how you doing? Happy Sunday to you as well. I want to get into a little bit of this content and kind of get going for tonight. And let me be sure. There we go. So I've been talking about user-generated content, Alec. And I think that from the month before in February, of course, I was talking about content strategies. And one of the things that I think we need to be thinking more about with user-generated content. So UGC, I don't know how much of a new term this is or whether people know about it, but everybody wants to be monetized, right? You want to make money online creating content. But what happens to a lot of us is we miss out on getting started. You miss out on the YouTube creator partnership program. Right? We just miss it. You don't have the 500 or 1,000 subscribers. You don't have the watch time, and you're early on, but you're not making money. But now there is a way that you can monetize your content, actually building content for other brands. Not just brand deals, but maybe this particular brand has something that you absolutely like. All right? Maybe this brand has something that you absolutely like. Let me see here. I got a request. Let me see. What do I need to do? Live stream request. I don't know. What is that? There he is.
That'll be somebody coming in with the Ecamm
Yeah,
Pro.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He was
Yeah.
coming in. There he goes. I see him. I got him over here in the corner. Jeremy, I'm going to get you in just 1 second, okay? I would love to be a part of this conversation with me and Alex. So Jeremy just popped in the back. I was like, what's going on? What is this?
It's almost like you posted a link to it in the chat.
Right. It's almost like I posted a link. But it was different
You
than...
practically invited him, man.
I did. Hold on. Before you even start talking, let me just get you in here because I'm going to mess up and I don't want to do that. I'm going to change the name.
Kirk, though, dude.
Yeah, I know you're not. I know you're not. Y'all looking like a little bit, though, but I get it.
Hey, Jeremy.
Let me shift over here a little bit.
Man, thanks for coming through. Let me get started.
Yeah.
Jeremy, you have been watching these last couple of weeks. I hope that you see this. And I'm misspelling your name on the back end. You don't have, you do have 2 E's, not 3 E's.
Last time I checked, yeah.
There you go. Perfect.
There you go.
Perfect. So user-generated content should be a part of what you're doing. Now, what I'm doing right now with the help of you guys and everybody online is user-generated content for Ecamm. So it's really that simple. This does not have to be hard. I am in partnership with Ecamm to be able to live stream on their YouTube channel, but I'm a user of Ecamm generating content for them. Okay? It is that simple, right? There are other ways that you could be making content as a user, and I'm glad that I have this. It's very similar color to what Alec has with his microphone. This is my Doc Pop microphone pop filter, right? With my SN7B, which I absolutely love. This is a particular product that's made from Doc Rock. He is not only a content creator, but he has his own brand of pop filters. Guess what? I've just taken a couple of seconds out of my live stream here for Ecamm to talk about Doc Rock and his Doc Pops. That's user-generated content. All right. Now, if I had a link in the system, because you see me with this microphone, I put a link to the Doc Pops in the content. You click on that link, you purchase it. Now I am monetized because the link that I would share with you hopefully would be an affiliate link. And the money that you paid for this particular item, I get a percentage of that sale. And I would say, of course, the link that you see in the description or the link you see in the comment page is an affiliate link. Some of the proceeds go to me from your purchase. You don't pay any more, but part of what you pay actually comes to me. I promise you this product will make you sound better. That's user-generated content, all right? Now, from there, guys, what do you think about how much someone should have that type of content inside of their content strategy? Alec, I'll go with you first.
Yeah, it's been part of my strategy. One thing I'll say is to work with brands that you already know and love, because you've got to. One thing is you obviously want to be monetized, but also be authentic and ethical about it all as well. So you'll see me talking about certain products, and I get sent products for review and things like that. There's lots of things that people send me actually that I never make a video about because I just kind of think it's not up to my personal standards. So I'm not just going to make videos about everything. But the things that I do talk about are things that I genuinely do sort of love. So I'd say that just be very mindful about who you choose to work with. But
that's
also,
a big point too, Alec. I will say this from own personal experiences. Just because a brand is offering you dollars does not mean that that's a good deal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I get emails every week with, we want to send you this or that or the other. And it's like, it's either something that I'm just not interested in trying. There's lots of lower cost roadcaster alternatives out there. Now you could say, well, shouldn't I just make content to show like the range of products available? But I just actually don't have time to think, well, I'm just going to purely be making videos about, review videos. I am actually doing other stuff as well. So I'm very mindful about what I pick and choose to work with. And because I do genuinely believe in, road products, for example, that's why they're a sponsor of the summit, same as Ecamm, same as Obspot and Elgato. These are products that I've been using for years and I really just do love. Now, from the company's perspective, the reason why, you know, they do send out things, it's not purely out of the goodness of their heart to
Right.
want to support creators. You know, there is a marketing angle to this, which is, you know, if somebody's going to be talking about their product and it's not a company representative. So if I say how much I love, you know, Elgato, I'm an individual. I'm not associated with Elgato directly at all, and obviously that carries then more weight than somebody from Elgato saying, "Hey, our products are great." That's the whole premise around why they send out all these review units. So just, you know, note that you are basically indirectly acting as a representative of them. That's why they are sending you the things. So make sure that, yeah, if there's stuff that's not good about it, you've got to give the good and the bad as well. Make sure that you're putting your emphasis on serving the audience rather than the companies.
That's good.
Now, it might come across that my content looks like I'm serving the companies, but guess what? That's just because I'm only working with great companies who make great products. So
I like that.
you know, but you've got to think of the audience first and be giving them your honest feedback and opinions. And I'll be the first to say when stuff isn't great, you know, about the stuff that I'm using, or, you know, when there's issues with the beta or of even Ecamm, you know, that has its issues sometimes, and I'll be the first to admit them as well. But generally, these are all awesome companies.
That's awesome. How about you, Jeremy? When it comes to content strategy, adding user-generated content where you're making content about a product or about a brand, how do you think that needs to go into your content flow?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the biggest thing is these days there's the way that creators work in the marketplace. We tend to be kind of extensions of the business, right? We are agents, so to speak. And one of the things that I feel like I seem to get inundated with when an embargo is lifted is just a flood of videos. This, you know, this, and it's all in the same product,
Right.
right? And I personally, for me, I want somebody who has had at least a certain amount of time on that product to give me their opinion on it, you know, having that working knowledge of the product, right? We can all follow bullet points and scripts and things like that. That's easy, but and it's really interesting to watch. You can see this for a lot of products out there. You'll see the exact same talking points for every product reviewer that comes out. And it's super frustrating because it's like, well, I like Alex's accent, for instance.
Right.
So I'm going to watch Alex's review. And that's the only reason I'm watching it, because I know every other person that's going to be on there is going to say the exact same thing.
Gotcha.
And for me, I want hands-on knowledge. I want to know, like Alex was saying, I want to know the good, the bad, the ugly. I want to know all that stuff. And I want you to be honest with me. And if that means that that's the first and last time that you make a review for that particular manufacturer, that's just the way it goes.
Right.
Right. I mean, you know, your credibility is huge on this platform. And so you just don't want to mess around with that kind of stuff. So for me, like Alex said, and Alex warned me a long time ago, he said, there's going to be a ton of manufacturers that will reach out to you, and they have products that are substandard, and you just simply just don't associate yourself with them.
Yep.
And I've taken that to heart, because, you know, there are, you know, Alec has been very strategic in the way that he's aligned himself with certain manufacturers, and that's great, because he's known for working with Elgato, working with Rode, and having those relationships shows that he knows not only knows what he's talking about, but even if he doesn't find a feature particularly useful or somewhat problematic, he's willing to talk about it. So that's to me, that's way more valuable than just having a script that's read to me, you know, in a dozen YouTube videos. So I try and follow that mantra as well. That's a big one for me. And sometimes it ruffles feathers. It does.
And
You just got to roll with it.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. We got a ton of people in the comments that I want to be sure that we get to as well. And man, the live motion is working with Ecamm.
Oh, yeah.
I want to bring you in too, Jeremy. So just give me a second here. I'm doing this live, which I absolutely love to do. Why not? Right? There he is. And let's see what's going on here. Where did I stop off? And I wanted to go here. Tornado, hey, thank you so very much for hanging out with me. She was on the other day, and she dropped so much information on my show. Joel is hanging out with us. Happy Sunday to you, sir. And Three Legends, man, check him out. Chris Stone, you are the man. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Jeremy came in for the okay, yeah, he got the hair and makeup. He's ready to go now.
Brady, this is the worst. This is the worst. I just saw the link and I'm like, I'm gonna hop on. So
there you go. And I appreciate you hopping on. This is what this is all about. I often get about our prior 3 to 4 months in advance. Okay, there you go. So Doc is talking about that as well. The product I dropped on Thursday once January. Huh? I dropped in Thursday. I've had since. Okay, there you go. So he's telling us the time frame that he's working with when it comes to products that he's been talking about. So he has some times when credibility takes a long time to gain, but to lose, yeah, man, you can lose it really, really quick.
It takes one thing, yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, and it is so true. So
you know that point that Jeremy made about the reviews, like often many reviews are the same. One of the biggest red flags for me is where companies say that they're going to send something or they send something, but then they've got like a list of saying like, these are the bullet points that you need to make sure you mention. Now it's different when they say, oh, we just want to let you know about like, these are some of the features that we're most happy about. But it's the ones that try to dictate what you need to say in the video. Now, nobody that I work with or make videos about has ever given me any direction and said, you've got to talk about, these things. But like there was a company who shall remain nameless. The biggest thing that I've referral link I have on Amazon is this little folding keyboard, and I take it everywhere with me. It's my like little iPad keyboard, and I use it all the time. Actually, for my computer, it's my main keyboard now as well. So it just feels like I'm on my desk when I'm in a coffee shop. But some other company wanted to send me a review unit of a folding keyboard. And I always say, if you're going to send something, I'm not guaranteed to make a video about it because, quite honestly, if I don't think it's worth sharing, I won't. And they sent me this keyboard. This was a different company. And it was basically crap, for want of a better word. It was like flimsy. The keys weren't full size, although they said it was a full size keyboard. They were kind of full size caps, but just closer together, so you couldn't type on it. So it had a load of issues. And I said, I'm probably not going to be putting a video out about it, or at least if I do, I'm going to have to compare it to this other one that I use and love, and I've been using it as actually my main keyboard for 2 years now. And they were like, oh, well, would it be possible for you to make the video but just not mention that other keyboard? And I was like, well, not really. It's either I either make an honest review and show where its flaws are, or I just don't bother making it. And in the end, I just didn't bother making it. So yeah, when companies try and tell you what you've got to say, you've got it's kind of like a huge red flag, basically. So
I get it.
I don't work with folks like that.
Yep.
Oh man, did you just see what I just did, Jeremy? You see the live motion going on for Ecamm? Should I do it again just in case you missed it?
Yeah, do it again.
I love it. And thank you, Alec, again. He told me how to do it today. And I thought that was really cool. That said review should not be the reason why you buy anything, and companies don't give us scripts for the court. Ain't mad at creators for their reviews, not different in commercials before. Hey, listen, be an adult, make your own choice is where the rest of that comment goes. I think we got, sorry, it's the second comment. I make my own decisions based on the needs, not reviews. I bought products and all the reviews I hate, but I love, like 5K Apple. Okay, there you go. Be an adult, make your own choices. Listen, that being said, one of the reasons I want to say this, there's several people that I've watched reviews on for Ecamm, Doc Rock being one of them, Anna Gladney, Pat Flynn, and Justin Brown. All right. So I had all of these creators at different parts of their creation process or different parts of their careers, and I listened to everything those people said, features and functions. Guess what? Their features and functions that they pinpointed were different based on their level of creativity.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, Doc had been in television for a while, or in the media, doing radio and all this other kind of stuff. He did some film. He knew some things differently about how robust his system was based off of what he used in the past or what he knew was available. Like, it's thousands of dollars of equipment that it used to take to do what we're doing now with the use of Ecamm and a Mac Mini, right? I'm still using my Mac Mini M1 8K or whatever, 8G or whatever. Like, I got the base model and I'm still using that to run Ecamm. That being said, I did listen to a lot of creators as they were talking about it to figure it out. I made a decision, started using it, and absolutely loved it. Now, what I think we're thinking about reviews, I want everybody to understand from a content creator standpoint, where you're making content and you have a content strategy. I am addicted to TikTok right now. Okay? So, different from a review, TikTok videos where people are talking about products, they are changing the game because people are making millions and millions of dollars on TikTok just talking about a product really quick or having a really cool hook, then get you into the product and the link is right there, whether it's in the TikTok shop or all of that kind of stuff. And it adds to their revenue when they may be a content creator that does a lot of stuff. They may be a fashionista or whatever it is, but if they use a particular mic, when they're making their content, guess what? They talk about the mic and they put it in the links below, right? All of those things, I think, should be thought of. Now, a review, what Alec does is something that is completely different, okay? Because he is really reviewing a product. You may not be a product reviewer when it comes to software or equipment, audio equipment, all other kind of stuff. But if you are using something, I told Marianne this the other day, if you're using something inside of your live stream, no matter what it is, at some point you should say, hey guys, if you're seeing this content, I know we talked about ABCD, but I want to tell you about this particular microphone because it is awesome. And say why you think it's awesome and put the link below and then go back to talking about whatever your content is. I think that is where you win. All right.
There's another thing about if you've like just have all the links of the things that you use in the video, have them in the comments as well.
That part.
Now, the thing about that is when people click on the link to go and like look at that particular product with Amazon, for example, then they're still tagged in Amazon's system for 12 hours. So the thing, or 24 hours, I think it is. So the thing is that people will click on a link for maybe a microphone that you've got in your shop. They might not buy that, but they might buy 20 cans of beans and you still get the commission on the 20 cans of beans. And it's always funny when I go through my list of Amazon like affiliate commissions and I'm looking at all the products and I'm like, probably 20% are things that I've recommended and the other 80% are all kinds of random stuff that people have just bought after clicking one of my links somewhere. It's kind of enlightening to see all this stuff.
I think it's really cool. So and that makes sense to use it. So if you're not a Amazon affiliate, people are missing out on the revenues on how to do this. There's several other ways to actually make money. So, of course, we have the TikTok shop. We have something like, I think it's kit.co, where you can have links. But those links are to Amazon Associates, where everybody can have an Amazon Associate page. So if anybody asks you about whatever product it is that you have, you send them your Amazon. Hey, I had somebody call me the other day. What kind of mic shall I use? Glad you asked. So I go to Amazon, get the associate link, and I send them a link. You should try this one. And why? I don't go into a whole pitch. I mean, if they need the details, I tell them why. But just get this mic. Here's a light, and I'm building based off of the budget, of course, because I've asked all the questions. So I'm sending them a link, and because they respect what I'm saying, guess what? They're going to purchase it. So that's how some of that works. Now, that being said, do you guys mind if I make our live stream look just a little bit better? Will you give me a chance to do that?
Absolutely.
Be my guest.
Okay, I appreciate it. You guys give me just 1 second to make this live stream look just a little bit better. I am like so very much trying to do all I can
as long
to
as
brighten it up just a little bit. And why not brighten it up?
Okay, there we go.
Right. How are you doing, ma'am?
Oh, hello, everybody. I heard my name.
I did
Someone
talk
was
about you.
You were
I did
summoned.
talk about you.
Live from our satellite office, the Ecamm satellite office down under,
Yes.
is Marianne.
Oh, I don't have
You
my
have your
socks.
socks
I
on
should have
today?
had my socks ready. No, it's in the
You don't-
wash.
Oh, it's okay.
Well, we're glad you're cleaning them. Thank you so very much for that. Now, I do appreciate you coming on. We talked about a bunch of things over this last month. We talked, of course, last month about content strategy. And as we talked about user-generated content, what have you learned so far and been able to implement?
So yes, as you said earlier, it's so important that whatever products you are using, and I think Jeremy and Alec talked about it too, has to be a win-win-win situation. So of course for the brand, for you, but more so for the audience, because they trust you. If you say something like, hey, buy this pen for myself, because I am a planning content creator, I use planners and stationery. If you go and recommend something that you are using, maybe because you got paid for it, but then it's not something you like, you're losing the trust of your followers and your subscribers and your viewers. And so next time you talk about another product, then the trust factor is gone, or they won't be as trustworthy. Because if some of my followers now have made a hashtag of Marianne made me do it, because I'll say something, I'll go and show a pen and then I'll see a hashtag in the comments, Marianne made me do it, and they purchased it. And as you said, Strick, yeah, if you can have your Amazon affiliate link, or I have an Amazon US storefront. So there's two different type of ways you can earn, commission through Amazon, is the associates, which is what you said, and also be an influencer by having your own storefront, which is really good, because then you can just send them, hey, check out, I've got my favorite pens, my favorite planners, my favorite stationery, and you've sort of curated it, and it's also a nice place for them to go and have a look at what you're using, what else you're using, because so that's really an important thing, that they can see other things that you use and may recommend as well.
I love it. Not only is she giving us great information, but she's doing it in such a graceful, pretty way. So yes, you got us 100%. I am so glad that you're watching and a part of the Ecamm family, because we've all had an opportunity to watch and experience your growth together. Like every time I feel like you're on and you learn something, you automatically implement it. And I think that's really cool. Unlike me, I learned something, I sit on it for a year, and then I implement it. And it's like I should have did this a year ago. But hey, I love the fact that you are an A student for us. So way to go.
Thank you. I think what it is I have no more excuses,
Come
because
on. I
in the
like
past I
that.
used to say, I need a camera that will make me look crisp and sharp. Got that. And
Yes,
then
you
of
do.
course I use other, in the past I use a different streaming platform. But when I got to Ecamm last year, it's so easy now to be able to make a show, put the lower thirds and all the different screen shares and overlays. So there's no excuse to say I can't create a content, because all I got to do is turn on the
Wow.
Ecamm, put change up the different layouts, different graphics and lower thirds, and I can go on. I've actually been, for the last 16 days, I've gone live 13
Come
times.
on.
And that's how easy it
There you
is
go.
I
to
love
go.
it.
So yeah, and so it's made a lot. Yes, of course, I do put the things in action, the things I learn, because I've learned now. Sometimes paralysis analysis. You
Uh-huh.
just go,
That's
oh, it's got to
good.
be perfect. I got to go do it. But now it's just do it, and
Just
then if
do
you
it.
make a mistake, I was muted for about 2 minutes earlier this morning,
Love
and
that.
it's fun because that gets engagement in the chat because people are going, "You're muted, you're muted."
There you go. That's a good trick. Yes, I
Yes.
love it. And to be honest with you, the more and more you go live, the more mistakes you will make and the more that you will learn. If you're a good learner, like I know that you are, you're a student, that's a mistake you won't make again. And of course, I think you have to make certain mistakes going live. You're going to make the mistakes. It's just like I tell my wife all the time, well, when we were getting started, her as an artist, a musician, I said, sweetheart, you're going to have to play a backyard barbecue. Like you, at one point, somebody's going to invite you to a barbecue. You're going to go and they're going to ask you to play. You have to do that as an artist. You have to pay your dues. And live streaming is the same way. You have to pay your dues to the live stream. And if you go and you don't, at some point it's going to happen. So yeah, you can go ahead and get 1 million subscribers, but at some point it's going to happen where you're going to be muted or something is not going to go right. And you just have to deal with it. Like we all have to do that. And that's just part of it. So I love the fact that you're learning. I love the thumbnails that you put up the other day. I love the socks. This has been a part of the community. It is super cool. And I want to do something for all. Yes, sir.
Was it the hashtag Strick? Was it dripping with Ecamm or something? I don't know. I forget what it was.
Dripped in Ecamm. I think we voted on it in Anna and Fulgen's show. Dripped in Ecamm got the most vote.
Well, there you go. And who should always get the most votes anytime you're talking about a content creator is none other than Kurt Nugent. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, man, I am doing well. I just want to say a word of apology, man. I was supposed to be here long ago.
No worries.
But, man, yeah.
No worries. You let me show off my graphic skills while I'm live. I'm talking and moving at the same time. Like, who knew that I would learn how to do that and not be all nervous?
Man, this latest version of Ecamm has been a game changer for me. So I sometimes feel like I need to write Ken and Glenn another check. Because
well, hey, listen, you can write them a check. Just address it to me.
It's a lot now, y'all. But I will say this, just staying on topic, user generated content. Oh man, so many different great things that you guys have been sharing. I've been listening the whole time. So many great different points. I especially love what Marianne just shared as well. Just getting out of your own way and actually doing the thing, doing it scared, doing it unsure, but getting those reps in. A good mentor of mine said, your first video is always going to be your first video.
That's true.
It's always going to be your first video. It's going to be terrible. You're going to look back on that video and be like, man, that was bad. It doesn't matter how good you are when you post that first video. It's still going to be your first video. So get it out of the way. And get on to some of the good stuff. Get onto the good stuff. Get some reps in. Get some experience under your belt. I love that stuff. I was telling Strick that I was late because I was on a coaching call with somebody who really needed some things that they needed to process through. But these are some of the things that we talk about is just kind of helping people to get unstuck. The tech is just a tool, but your message and what you have to provide to the world it's non-negotiable. It's unequivocal. And I know Jeremy was sharing earlier about some of the reviews and different things that you put out there. You got to put your fingerprint on that. Can't just stick to the talking points. I haven't generally received any talking points, so I agree with Alec where that's concerned. But you definitely want to make sure you put your own spin. Or I hate to hear the videos that are just kind of rattling off the same bullet points. User-generated content to me means I came up with a very unique perspective on this particular thing, and now I'm creating content to talk about that perspective on the thing. Generally speaking, it's always going to be outside of the box of what the creator, right, the brand or whoever it is, actually intended for it to be used for. So there's some things I'm doing with Ecamm that I know for a fact Ken and Glenn never envisioned when it was first created. And in fact, there are some features that we now have in Ecamm because of some of the ways that people were using it. Anna and Fulgen's, some of the design stuff that they were doing before we had that whole design package that they added in one of the last revs. It was amazing to see how they were doing that. And then they brought that in and made it a lot easier for us to do that. So now you can kind of design all your stuff inside Ecamm. So it's a two-way street almost. You always want to see like, well, what are people doing with the product? What are people doing that's outside of what the original creators thought would be good for the product? I heard Daryl Eves say it this way. So Daryl Eves, if you're not familiar with who he is, he works with The Chosen on the content side of things, right? And he said each episode of The Chosen, they seek to have each episode generate 3,000 pieces of user-generated content. 3,000. That's their goal, and they have no stipulations on that. There's not it's not like they're giving any blueprint. For them, it's an issue of people are coming up with stuff that to pull from the different episodes of The Chosen they would never have thought of.
Wow.
And so it also feeds back into their creativity.
I bet.
Because it's like, oh man, that's what they're doing. Okay, that's what this show does. That's what this handle does. Some people are doing reaction videos to each episode or each announcement or whatever. So, and they're growing in leaps and bounds as well. I think the user-generated content piece, the most critical part of that is the user, is that they are creating the content. And so it's really not so much about the brand. It's really heavily reliant on this person's perspective, their unique bend, what they're using it for, their use case, their scenario, and that gives it its own secret sauce, its own flavor. And that's what makes it, palatable for everyone. I know I've said a lot. I just wanted to catch up.
Listen,
on
I
the entire
appreciate you
conversation.
catching up. I mean, why else would you have Kurt on your show if you
like
don't
I'm
let
at
him
a
talk?
sermon right now. Kirk is just like,
Yeah.
he's just nailing it, man.
Hey, let's go to the comments really quick. Give me a second to add everybody into this scene, and we'll do some comments so everybody can be a part of what we have going on here.
Absolutely. That's so good, man. Doc is in the chat. I love seeing Doc out there as well. Yes, indeed.
Let me remove this one because we kind of talked about that already. He's still in the chats. We got to go back to him.
Yeah, he is.
Here, and then I'll add
Hey,
Kurt
there's
here.
Marianne.
Yes, there she is, and there we go. Now let's see
Hey.
if we can go. I'm starting at the bottom. Man, Chris, man, how are you doing, sir? It's been a minute.
Chris Kloss, what's going on, man? It's always good to see Chris.
It's always good to see Chris. Let me go all the way to the top here. Brandy Joe says live shopping is on the rise. Listen, live shopping is going on in Asia like big time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Asian market now.
Yeah. We're catching up.
Alec, help me with this because I think that what I've heard is that it is a big thing for people to be selling live sales all the time in the Asian market. Is that true or not? Are you seeing this a lot in your feeds and all of that?
Yeah, and so in Southeast Asia, there's another platform that's like the Amazon of Southeast Asia called Lazada, and there's a couple of other ones as well. But they're all about it's like the Amazon app, but they're pushing the live live selling feeds. But even if you go onto TikTok, so I get served sort of localized stuff as well. There's obviously the people that the algorithm has caught onto me with. So people like Rory Sutherland, master of marketing, so I get loads of his stuff and all sorts of other people. But they obviously drop in, random things, and the live things that are coming in are, lots of live selling stuff where people are literally just on screen, doing lots of quick fire reviews of things like that. So it's definitely a huge thing.
With links available, you can with clickable links, and all of those things, and I think that makes a difference. Now we're talking about user-generated content as another part of your content strategy, because I feel like that's another way that you can monetize what you're doing in your time, along with being creative. Marianne is here, and she talks about stationery and everything, paper, pens, and all that kind of stuff, correct? So everything she uses, all of the products that she uses, guess what? As she's talking about the stationery and how to use the stationery, this is one that I use, and this is how you can pick it up. Is it really that simple? Like are you adding that portion into your live streams at all?
And the great thing with the Ecamm and having the stream deck is you can actually go and post the comment ahead of time what it is, and I'll just say, look, links in the description,
There you
check
go.
that out. But I have also, if you're watching live, I've just popped that in the chat right now. So they have that, and so
That's
you know,
good.
they can click on. So yeah, so of course that's part of, you know, planning your show ahead of time and making
true.
sure you have that. So I've programmed my Stream Deck to have those specific things that I know I'm going to go and discuss in my planning session of where, you know, I have my plan with me. So it's like a plan along. It's like, if you can imagine all these get ready with me, whether it's
Yeah,
fashion
yeah.
or makeup with me, is let's go and set up our weekly planner for the
I
new
love
week.
that. That's so good.
Yeah, so it's really a great opportunity to then promote your affiliate links. And so because beforehand I used to just think, oh, I only make money through AdSense on YouTube, and then you discover the different income streams that you can
Right.
have by
That's correct.
just being, as Doc said, being impactful, impact first before influence, right? So you get their trust, and then of course you show them that you've been using it, not just once, you use it all the time, and then that's when the trust building thing happens. And then you can slide in nicely that,
I love
hey,
it.
by the way, if you like this, there it is, the link.
Absolutely.
That is all we're trying to show people. It's really that simple. Because if people are watching you and they're listening to what you're saying and you trust in the product that you're talking about, why not share the link? And it's another way to monetize. Yes, everybody wants to be a part of the YouTube partnership program, but while you're waiting, don't leave money on the table, okay?
Don't leave money on the
Don't
table.
leave money on the table. And Joe
Definitely
says, I heard some of that. Also, but much, okay. I wanted to go to this one to be sure. Yes, TikTok, Guardian Twos and Tips will grab you and will not let you go. Listen, you have to watch out for all of that. I promise you, I am addicted, and I'm saying this openly to everybody. My name is DJ Strick, and I am addicted to swiping on TikTok. All right, come get my phone
Hi,
during the
DJ.
day. I'm telling you, and I got a certain thing. It's a rhythm that they have. They give me 2 of this, and then 1 of that, and then 2 of this, and then 3 of that, and it's all things that I'm interested in, and it just blows my mind. There's a comedian that he comes onto this particular radio show, and his whole bit is why he's not coming to work. Like, every day is just another bit about why he's not coming to work. So he's just one part of the radio show, of course, and his bit is to call in as a comedian and say why he's not going to work that day. And his excuses for coming in is 3 minutes of nothing but fun, hilarious jokes. I love it. And it just feeds me that maybe every 7 or 8 videos, I'm hooked. Like, they got me big time. Okay, I'm sorry. It just is what it is. Honestly, I don't know about the Stream Deck until I watch the video. Yes, like, if you want to know about the Stream Deck, you have to watch Alex's videos. Let Alex tell you how it works and how you can make all of your stuff better while you're live streaming, right? Tell me
best
about
part
it,
about
Alex.
the Stream Deck is that it's kind of like it really is just a glorified keyboard, right?
It is a
I
keyboard.
mean,
is,
at the end
That's
of the
it.
day, that's what it is. But
Mhm.
it's got little icons on it and everything, and it's just like it's just shortcuts in a physical button.
It's like
That's
a
all
little
it is.
keyboard.
It is.
That's so
It
good.
It is.
And you gotta love it, right? Could somebody please
Yeah.
go and help Doc find his paintbrush? I really would appreciate that. Your own internal representation matters too. You need to be able to look yourself in the face in the mirror. Also,
That's
when
so
you're
good, Joel.
doing this stuff, I promise you
that's so
guys,
good.
don't miss out on that. And I hate when people say that I made them buy stuff. And I think we said that already, right? I also hate being called an influencer. Oh my goodness. I mean, it is what it is. I'm an impact or okay, there you go.
Come on.
Yeah,
come
Doc
on.
got on me a long time ago because I said hide your credit cards, Doc's on the stream, you know, and he got on me, and I got to respect that. At the end of the day, it's like, our purpose is to learn and discover new products that'll help our user base, right? That's what we're here for, and we all get exposed to different products throughout our time doing this stuff, and that's what we're all doing. And yeah, if we can make a little bit of money on the side, we're great. That's nice. But at the same time, if we're helping the community get their product or get their presentations out more clearly, more easily, through Ecamm, then great.
Everybody wins, right?
I love when you can put your fingerprint on it, saying this is how I use it, because it's going to be different, or it may meet a need. Every time so this is a great example. So Alec, has got this digital stage, I think it is. No, I'm just joking, y'all. he's got this phenomenal event coming up this week. And it's, I'm excited about it, not just from the perspective of being able to share and be a speaker, but I'm excited about it because of the speakers that are going to be there and the perspectives that they're going to share.
Hold on, Kirk, just 1 second, okay? I know
Aren't
you were
you
talking.
going to be there, Kirk?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, he's one of the speakers. Of course, he's one of the speakers.
I am,
but
I'm saying I'm excited about what I'll learn.
Hold on.
I know you want me to hold on. Let me hold on.
Kirk. I'm sorry.
Let me see what we got here.
I'm sorry. I'm just using the live motion.
Is that all you wanted to do?
I'm just using the live motion from Ecamm. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It is what it is. It was one button to push, and I'm like, I'm not using it. Alec, can you help me? He said, yeah. Go into the settings, and you want to do. It was one button.
Strick. That was priceless. Because I was really looking around like, what's he doing?
Yeah, I'm just.
And then we moved out.
Live motion, man. It's just really cool. It's just really cool.
But you bring me to another point. I think there is I think this was Jeremy. What you're saying, I'm just building on that. There is a component of what we do in the Ecamm community where we like to tinker. So I may not necessarily. So if I see Doc with something, I'm like, well, let me go grab one. I may not even keep it. I may not even meet my need. I want to tinker. And I think we just kind of have to be honest with ourselves about that as well. So that's a whole other component.
Gas is real.
It is.
It really is.
Right? It is, Jeremy.
And it's okay. It's okay. This is a gas support group. It's fun. At the end of the day.
Well, there you go. Yes,
there are certain things that we all have to, we have to try out. And look, I mean, I've bought and returned a ton of stuff.
Me too.
And at the end of the day, I figure out what works for me and what doesn't. But I'm never going to create content on a product that doesn't work for me because it didn't work for me. For me, it's like, I'm not going to tell somebody this didn't work for me unless they ask me privately. It's just one of those things, right? I have a professionalism about it where I'm just not going to talk about. I'm not going to say negative stuff about something.
I don't mind.
I don't mind.
I don't mind.
But some people do say, like, oh, your videos are always so positive. It's like it comes across as, if you're always saying good things about things. But like that example of the keyboard that I gave earlier, if somebody sends me something and I just think it's trash, I'm not even going to waste my time talking about it. So
exactly,
that's the thing. But so if sometimes it does seem that people's videos are always positive. I'll speak for myself. That's the reason in my case is that I'm only going to make videos about something that I'm genuinely enthusiastic about. I mean, my channel, when I set it up, wasn't actually going to be about Ecamm and Stream Deck. It was going to be about, tech on the computer and apps and things like that. It just happened to be that I started using Ecamm and Stream Deck to make them. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And so I wanted to just share it. And so I would learn something one day and then make a video about it the next day. And so it's not like I'd got years of experience at the beginning of using all this stuff. It was literally just my little puppy dog enthusiasm.
So good.
For it.
So good. Yeah. So you learn it in the morning, teach it in the evening. That's so good.
Exactly.
Alec,
I feel like
that's
a kid
the
at
cheat code.
Christmas sometimes, I swear.
So I know we're talking about
stuff that comes
products and stuff, but sometimes we got to talk about influence and actually help. And this is a direct help of how you as a content creator, not only can you talk about services,
I love that.
all the
Kudos
resources that's out there, but sometimes you can help people through their analysis paralysis to get them going. So because of you reviewing a particular product that can be useful to everyone, and Alec has done a great job of making things so simple. He's put the work in to do the Ecamm course. And is it still free before I say it's free?
It's all free now and always free. Yeah. Ecammmasterclass.com.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, that's just there for you. That's there for you. I love it.
He did the work, man. That's one of the things
Hey, Kirk, it's nice to see you.
I responded to him in the chat, so he was responding to me. So but Lux is good people, man. But yeah. I was gonna say Alec has done the work, to make the Ecamm course available. He did the work. He did the recording. You're updating that course from time to time, right? It's not like it's a static. So you're not. I shouldn't just say you've done the work. You are still doing the work. And I just love that as an example for others as we think about UGC. This is such a great example of this. Like Ken and Glenn made the product Ecamm, but Alec has made this course and it is serving in these different ways. And so that's user-generated content at its best. And it isn't so much that he's fanboying. It's a matter of here's how you can get unstuck. Here's how you can use it and optimize it and have it meet your needs in so many different ways. And so I love to see that comment. I love to see that whole feedback loop. That's UGC at its best when it's natural and organic.
And thank you, Joel.
I am also a bit of a fanboy, because it's so amazing. That's
what's up, Rob?
I do have the Ecamm pillow behind me right there. So it's a little bit of a fanboy.
I can't find. I got some Ecamm
so
stuff
Doc
in here somewhere.
Doc is calling me to task here on the comments.
I saw that. He's talking about the gas. He's talking about
saying gas is not real.
It's not real.
Yeah. It's not a medically diagnosable syndrome.
Okay, gas is not real.
It's not about being weak, dude. It's about trying fun things and
you gotta
trying
tell my wife
things
it's not real. Okay, tell her it's not real.
Right? Try to tell the credit card company it's not real.
I do like Jeremy's comment as well. I know you're working through your comments there, Strick.
I've tried to.
Jeremy's comment there. It's toward the bottom. Jeremy Bester. He's like, I love the fact that more people are no longer gatekeeping and encouraging others to grow in many areas. I have to say, I do remember when it was nothing but gatekeeping, and what
do you mean by that? Help me out with that, Kirk.
Everything was behind a paywall. Everything was, you'd get a little bit of information. It was like very much dangle the carrot and then pull it away as quickly as you possibly can. Stuff like, I think, so what Alec has done with the Ecamm course is I see a lot more of that happening it's very much a better way to serve. So, I love that. And I like that trend. That said, there's there's nothing wrong with also, being paid for your knowledge. I'm just saying, be upfront about it. Let's keep them in their buckets. Go ahead.
I think the thing with that is, because I have got paid courses as well. The thing that really grinds me though is when you're on somebody's live stream, or maybe even you've bought a paid product, but it's like a lower tier product,
right?
And then you ask a question, and then they say, "Oh, well, to get that, you need to go and sign up to this." Or you're in a paid product. "Oh, well, to get that, you really need to join my, mastermind group or something like that." So the way that I always look at this is, whether it's in my YouTube channel, whether it's in the free courses that I do, or in the academy, or in my one-to-one coaching program that I run as well, or the events or everything, I'm basically saying exactly the same thing in all of those. And anybody can drop in at any point and ask me a question, and I'll always answer it as fully and honestly as I can in the time available. But it really comes down to those different products and those different sort of access points have got different levels of depth and different levels of accessibility. So obviously in the YouTube, then you're watching a pre-recorded video and you're not getting to interact directly. If you come to one of my workshops, then we've got a bit more face-to-face time, so you can ask your questions, but we're still limited to 90 minutes. Whereas if you come to something like the Digital Stage Revolution event, which was a 4-day intensive event that I did last year, that was literally 8 hours a day for 4 days with just me and the audience, and so they've got that real in-depth time. So I never hold anything back and think that there's got to be something behind a paywall. The only thing that's behind a paywall is just the amount of time and depth that you want to go into with something.
I like that. I like that. That's a great way to kind of classify them as well. But there was a lot of that. The industry was fraught with that kind of activity before, and we're just seeing a trend right now where people are like, Now I'm not this is not where I'm making my money. So I'm going to
Yeah.
give you this information, but I am making money on this over here. And it's not so much that I'm giving you this to send you to that. I'm just giving you this so you can get a taste of what value I bring to the table. And if you want some of my time, here's how you can have access to it. That's it.
Yeah.
I think it's a great model. I copy paste. It's a model that I use as well. The value that you provide on YouTube, the value you provide in some of the free content or courses that you make available, it will get people across the line. But there is other ways that you can actually support what I do and support what Alec does, and I think it's absolutely awesome. Now, I do think you should be charging for this conference, but that's a whole nother story for another time, Alec.
Well, there is a VIP pass, and that gives you access to the Zoom backstage. It gives you access to lifetime access to the replays, and also I'm doing a full workshop all about how the whole thing's being put together, from like technically and promotion and all those sorts of things. So there is a paid option if people want to, but they can still get access to the content for free. And obviously, all of the amazing speakers will be promoting them as well, and how they can make connections that way too. So.
The lineup is crazy.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Rick and guys, for playing with the overlays, but I'm sorry.
beauty of Ecamm. It's so easy to
but
do.
I did get it stuck to where I wanted to be. And you're not sick. You don't need a hospital. You don't have a syndrome.
I knew this one was coming.
Yeah, we all know how crazy it is. You have to tell the truth. Yes, you do. Stop blaming made-up syndromes. Then you ain't that weak. In a lot of cases, let me just go through it. I don't want to talk. I just want to keep going. So sorry, not real. Typing with paint gloves on. I get it.
Typing with paint.
We appreciate you painting and listening to what we got going on right now. I love the fact that more people along gatekeeping. We
that's
talked
the
about
one.
that one already.
Yeah.
But Doc, I got stuck syndrome.
But one of the things I love about Doc is that he will call me to task, and I appreciate that. I sometimes I used to get a little bit rattled about it, but he and I have an understanding, and I'll say something, and he'll say BS, and that's fine. That's just the way things roll. But we all have our own whatever you want to call it, the weaknesses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Idiosyncrasies. Right? Yeah. Quibbles, quirks. Yeah.
Angst.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and for me, it was like when I got into Ecamm, I was like, I need that. I need Sigma 16 1.4.
Yep.
I need a FX30.
Yep. Ooh, FX30.
Crap.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I've got lights all over the place. I got 16 lights in this studio. I don't need 16 lights in the studio.
Why not have 16 lights? What's wrong with having 16 lights?
I have 16 lights in the studio
16
right now.
lights is a lot of lights.
Yes, it is a lot of lights. It's too much. It's excessive. But my point is that this is who I am. This is where I wanted to go. And so whether or not it's gear acquisition syndrome or just Jeremy being Jeremy, that's who I am. But we all have some of the best creators I know just keep it simple. They get their content out and they just don't mess around. They just go, right?
I love that.
They just go.
Yeah, but Brandon in the comments says that ain't nothing wrong with 16 lights. I just want to
listen, if you can,
all right,
if it brings you joy,
yeah, right. And so I'm gonna screenshot that and send it to my wife. So
I screenshot it as well.
Listen.
I want to add a couple more lights.
Talking about Brandon, like it's just like someone telling you how to live stream, right? Who would ever tell you to live stream you setting up a recording for a client, right? Who would ever say that? I watched Brandon, the guys yesterday do the live stream. I mean, they were on for a couple of hours just setting up, but they're live streaming, talking about what they're doing, using a new camera, and we're all going through the process with them. Dude, when people start telling you what you can and cannot do, I think it's smart for all of us to be thinking about ways that we could get outside of the box. Now, we're talking about 16 lights. How are you using those 16 lights? Or are those 16 lights
right now
useful? How many do you have on right now?
Yeah, man. Here, I'll change the colors in here just so you can.
Come on, show off a little bit.
Now
Look,
I-
you know,
I'm
do a little,
feeling like I
bit
need
of
16 lights now. Now I,
know,
feel like I
right?
need 16
purple
lights.
action in here, and
Oh,
you
come
know,
on, come on, come on. Let's get him in
if I
there.
wanna
Let's
do
get him in
a,
there.
I'm trying. Okay.
Hunt for Red October. I'll do a little red and teal. You know, I can do something like that. You know,
That's
it's
the
like
Kurt screen, but I still
I
want to
can
do
mess
it, Jeremy.
around.
I'm going to find you really quick. Hold on 1 second.
Get him in there.
There
Get
you
him in
go.
there.
There
Oh,
you
there
go.
we go. There we go. There we go.
I'm like, that's not Kirk though.
I
I'm
know
not
you're
Kirk.
not Kirk. I'm not going to change that right now, if you don't mind, Jeremy.
The audience are gonna be
listen,
confused.
to be clear, inside Zoom it says Steven Strickland. I just
It does say
man.
it, doesn't it?
it does.
I don't know
It
why
does.
he's coming in. That's the Zoom thing, I guess. But okay,
No, it's
change the
just
lights
the
for me
way-
one more time. You went from red to.
yeah.
All right, so I go back to my purple setup here.
Ooh,
So,
What's up?
purple.
look at that.
Oh,
So-
now I see the
you know.
Saints chair in the back. You know, with the purple
Don't do
setup.
that.
You lit that
Oh,
up.
dude, this is an actual seat from the Louisiana Super Bowl.
Please take
Wait,
it
wait,
back.
wait, wait,
wait.
Take it back.
It's,
Take it
and-
back.
and-
wait.
and it is-
Are
it
you,
is
you're able
auto-
to reach? I thought that was
It's-
way further away from you than.
It's autographed by Drew Brees.
And you
Get
have a light
out.
on the inside of it.
No.
And there's a light in there, right?
And, yeah. Oh hell yeah!
There's a light in there. You gotta have a light in
Yeah,
there.
man.
He's got
It's probably the 17th one.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh man, it's just so. And one of the things I tell people too about the lighting, and this is something that I've learned through experience, is that when you get lights in your studio, especially when you're trying to automate things, like right now I'm using a Stream Deck to switch between the different scenes.
Love it.
You are buying into an ecosystem,
You
right?
are.
right? So,
You-
Kurt, you got me right.
It's like
Yeah,
Apple.
you
so,
are.
So this is you are like, you don't want to have newer lights and Amarin lights and
Yeah.
all these other manufacturers. You don't want to have all that stuff, because then you have all these apps running all over the place
Right.
just to make these settings. I press one button on my Stream Deck, and if I want to go and it's like red alert, I
Boom.
can change that.
That's
Boom.
awesome,
Right.
man.
See,
So-
these are the things. It makes it because you've now simplified what would have been several, moments of finding the phone and getting the app and changing this one and that one and that one
Right.
with now one button. It's about the experience for you now that makes having them in as part of one ecosystem makes sense. So it's in a need. It's not a need, but it's absolutely functional for you. And I think that's the piece that, we all have to kind of get comfortable with.
Right.
What is going to be the best thing for me? And so I'll often say to folks, I'm like, no, I don't want an ATEM, because then I don't have access to all the cameras in Ecamm.
Exactly.
What's Ecamm? I'm like, yeah, I'm 5 steps down the road, because I know my workflow is based
Right.
on utilizing this platform. But
Yep.
everybody's got to figure out what their workflow is and how things are going to be configured so that it makes the best sense for them. And I think
Yep.
you've set something up that's magical right there, my friend.
Oh,
So-
hold on,
and
guys.
I love the
Kirk
purple
and
as well.
Jeremy, you guys got to wait.
Uh-oh.
Marianne
Uh-oh.
has to say something. I can't just have her on the screen
Ma-
be the eye
Marianne
candy for us. Like, we have to allow
She's
her.
got a really great what do we call these?
Doc said he's
What are
buying
these
18
called?
Amarans
what do they
after
call these?
NAB.
pop,
forgot what
pop
they-
filter.
Yes,
Pop,
she's got
pop.
a really great
Pop.
pop filter. Very great pop filter.
Nice purple one.
Nice purple one. It's a great
Yeah.
pop filter. Great.
Yes. So speaking of gas, which doesn't exist according to Doc,
Of course.
I joined Ecamm in November. I think, Alec, it was through you, and I watched the video. Is it Video Pencil by Michael
Oh, yes.
Forrest?
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
that. Jeremy told me about the Yarn app, so I can use my second phone as a display. Of course, then I got the Doc Pops. I think Taisha might have been the one on Ecamm community on Facebook where she showed off her Shure MV+7, and of course I had to get it. I already had 3 mics, and so I said to
can
my
never have enough
husband,
mics.
look, it brings me joy It brings me joy. I'm not in the corner going, I wish I had the right gear to be able to go live. Or so he just goes, okay, just do whatever. Don't complain that you're not using it though. So
Don't
but
let
yeah, I bought a
anybody
lot
talk
of
about you,
things.
okay? You need all the microphones to sound good.
Yeah, you gotta have
That's
them.
right.
You gotta have them.
You gotta have it. You gotta have it.
Jeremy, I got just one or two lights, not too many, just one or two.
Yeah, you good. You good.
Gotta have it though. You gotta have it. Gotta have it.
You
gotta
do,
have
man. I'm telling you, it's just the lighting is yeah, they say that the sound is everything.
Yeah,
and it is.
Yeah, it is.
Right. But I think lighting is right there.
Absolutely.
I mean, because without good lighting, you're not going to have a good image.
No.
Right.
That's words I live by. Sound is
Okay.
at the top, yes, but lighting is a close second. You gotta have good lighting.
Right.
Dial in your lighting. Actually, your camera. Yeah, I live by the phrase, "Great lighting makes all cameras better."
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's true. I like it. And Alec has said, you know what? I'll get in this conversation whether I have to make a comment online or not. And we're going to talk about the digital stage summit in just a minute. If you guys don't miss out on the opportunity to get it free and also do the giveaway.
Wait. You're not going to talk about the comment that's on the screen? The SMS? It's a syndrome, misnaming syndrome? Like, I love this.
That's really cool, right? Influencers versus reviewers. Sometimes they blend, which is, yeah, they do.
They do.
Okay. He says he loves gear. I buy what I want. I'm grown. And well, there you go. And, you know.
That makes flat enough.
I mean, why not? Why not?
Why
buy
not?
what you want to buy and stand on that,
Yeah,
right?
man.
Stick your chest out.
Yeah, right.
Just make sure that your spouse understands that as well. And while I sit here with my two S7B, you know why I have two here? Like one was for me and one was for my wife. And but they're still in my studio. Like she never got it. She has another microphone that she used. Okay, I got her another one. Who needs mood lighting when you got a full blown solar flare? Right. Right.
Yeah,
And,
this is how I keep warm in here.
I'm telling
it's like
you.
I live in Seattle, man. It's like it gets cold up here. So, turn on those,
priceless.
turn on the lights, and I've got 3 Thunderbolt displays that are around me right now, and that I can fry an egg on these things, man.
Yeah,
They're
they
great.
get a little toasty.
all
I
right.
do.
So can you not multi-action the different vendors if you need within your stream deck? Okay, well there you go. I'm sure you can, right?
But it takes a lot more work.
All right. He said he has a mic collection as well. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Why not make them part of the
See, the thing
backdrop.
is that with Joel though, does it rival Tom Buck's mic collection?
He has a collection.
He has he has so much of a collection. He gives away microphones to other people because he can't keep everything.
He
on the
definitely
wall.
does. He definitely
The
does.
best.
So
But he's
curious.
I really do I love his content where that's concerned. I use it from time to time. It's another thing about genuinely enjoying your fellow creators is that every now and again I'll say, Alec has a really great video on this while I'm in a coaching call. Like, okay, here's your homework for the evening. Watch this video by
Alec. Just so you know, I've never done that. Just so you know, I've never done that, Alec. Never. Never watch his stuff. Nobody.
there's a
Don't go over
video-
there.
There's a video Diana Gladney did breaking down all the menus on the ZVE10 that I
recommended that to someone
recommend that to
last
this
week.
day. Yeah.
So somebody's asked me like, what are the settings you use? And I said, you know what? Honestly, I've got no clue. My camera has been behind my teleprompter for the past 3 years.
Just
go and
to
watch
this
this
one.
video from
Go to
Diana. That's what I did, and I set it up, and it's what it is now.
Yes. So I mean, it's just, and then Tom Buck is one of those as well. It's like, there's he did a comparison. I really like his perspective on this. As you curate, as you consume content, you can use them as you're referring people to different platforms and different things. In my space, there's a guy named Brady Shearer. does a lot of content for churches. Phenomenal channel. It's called Pro Church Tools. I refer to him regularly. But as you kind of build out your own thing, even though you're not necessarily referring them to your channel, these are videos that you actually watch and learn from, so you can actually use them as resources for people you're working with as well. So it's a cycle.
Well, there you go.
It's a cycle.
Let me keep going with these comments because you guys are like killing it right now.
Yeah, they're on it right now.
Come on. I can't bring too much attention to myself on this
now.
Texas.
Come on. This is just too funny. We
16
don't
lights
want to
might
bring
be.
the SWAT team to the house at all. Let's
Please
not
don't do that,
Everybody's-
Torah.
Everybody's kind of harping on the 16 lights thing.
That's a big deal. Like, how many lights do you need?
I don't think I have enough, to be honest with you.
I've not counted mine. I probably shouldn't.
I don't think I've ever counted.
1, 2.
And I'm just thinking to myself, like, I could be.
Yeah.
I'm in the teens without even trying.
I'm
So-
9.
me
I'm 9,
too.
and I have 2 more that are not turned on right now. So that's 11.
I'm in the. Yeah, I'm. I mean,
Yeah,
there's,
see, Kirk, you're looking dope, dude. I mean, what you got going right now, you don't. You got the lines, like you got the converging lines with the room there
appreciate
and
it,
everything,
man.
and you got the shadows where you need them to be. You got it, man.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it. But yeah. I switch to this shot every now and again, and people are like, "What in the world is that?" It's just a little bit pulled. It's just
Just show out for us,
Yeah.
Kirk.
Oh,
No-
hey,
no big deal.
if it was any other channel, I wouldn't. But since it's Ecamm, I feel like I have an obligation because I'm doing all this with Ecamm. So
Brandon's like, I don't feel bad. I have 19 lights in my setup, and I refuse to apologize. Do
Yeah,
not
no one-
apologize.
Brandon, no one is
Brandon's-
apologizing.
Keep
Yeah,
the
he's
lights
like-
going. All right, so we're at 19 lights. Who has more?
It's the first thing. It's the first thing that God said in the Bible. Let there
Let
be
there
light.
be light.
Okay?
Turn the
Yeah,
lights
let
on.
there be light. And I think the next thing was go forth and procreate.
I don't think that was actually next, but it's in there.
Jeremy, loose translation,
that.
but I'm with you.
they missed out. The first part was actually buy a decent microphone and then let there be light.
so I make
It was
this.
missing from the scriptures.
I make this joke all the time. It's not even a joke; it's real. I make this joke all the time, Alec. That God, the first thing he tells you to invest in is sound, though, because he had to say, "Let there be light." He had to say it. It came out of it. You see what I'm saying? And God said. So he's talking about sound first, and then he says, "Let there be
Sound, yeah.
light." Yeah. So sound is still first.
So if you get it right, sound is not actually used to just communicate, but also to create.
Come on, you talking now?
All right, y'all don't got us started.
DJ. Where's your hoop triggers,
I
man?
know I don't have them. Okay, let me do a trigger.
Let me
really
go
quick.
for the Hammond B3.
Let me. Okay, you ready?
I'm waiting.
That's the best I got.
I'm looking for. Oh,
There you go. There you go.
you went way back for that one.
I did.
There you
Soul
go.
Glow is priceless.
It's just
Somebody
like
told
me
me
to
that
have
thing is
this
back.
Rodecaster Pro, right? The one, and I've had it for years since I've been doing live streaming, right? This is my second interface. I haven't did any kind of sound beds. I'm sorry, guys. Like,
Oh, come
in
on.
part of my
What?
creation, I haven't done any sound beds. I don't have any like additional sound bed
Dude,
stuff
you have
here.
DJ in the name.
I understand, but you know where the DJ comes from? It comes from having a great voice. Like, I don't need sound effects. When you
Here's the
sound
trigger.
is good.
Here's the trigger, Strick.
There you go. There you go. Have that ready to go. Okay.
Gotta have that ready.
Have
man.
that ready, man. Problem with
While we're doing
lighting
Rodecaster
is
clips.
so many of them are so
you
in
did
bundles or
something.
kits. Yeah, that's true. I get it. You have to get them in bundles.
I mean, if you're doing RGB or you're doing some, I don't know. There's a lot of different ways to set them up. I just want to be able to say HEY Google, turn them on, and they come on. I don't want to
I
have to
did
go.
invest in
Right?
the remote for the lights. I did do that. I don't have my key light on this, but my accent lights are done by remote. I just thought that was cool. I guess that's that was one of the accessories that I felt like it was too cheap not to buy. It was too inexpensive not to get.
Yeah.
So just to turn them on and off, I thought that was cool.
Oh, he's got the Kendrick drops. I need those. Doc, where are they downloadable? Send them to me. Send them.
Hey guys, we've been talking about this a lot. I do want to go to Alec. I do want to talk about the digital summit. Like we need to talk about this really quick before we wrap it all up. We have so many people that watched today. If you learned something, or if you just had fun hanging out with us, talking about how many likes you need, we're up to 19. If you got more, please let us know. I need you to hit the like button if you have really enjoyed the content. The whole idea of the day was talking about user-generated content, how you should have that inside of your content strategy. It helps you as you are building on the YouTube partnership program. You can actually be making money right now. So here you go. Alec, it's on you, sir.
Yeah. You use my link.
The Ecamm fam are just really making this what it is, and we've just got this amazing lineup just to show you. Like, it's 11 hours a day straight. There's no breaks, so I hate it when you go to a live event and then there's like, oh yeah, you've got to sit through a countdown between sessions and things like that, or if there's a lunch break and it just happens to be the one time when you can attend, because we've got folks joining from all around the world. So it's 11 hours straight for 3 days. And then what we're also doing is, as well as the actual sessions themselves, we've got some amazing Ecamm fan members who are commentators. So the sessions themselves are kind of 30 minutes. Then there'll be a 15-minute Q&A as well, where I'll be on screen with the speaker and pulling up comments and questions out of the chat. If you've got a VIP pass and you're joining in Zoom, we'll be able to bring you up onto the digital stage with us, just like Strick's been doing today to bring us all in. So we'll be able to bring you up onto the stage to ask questions as well. And then for the 15 minutes between sessions, we're going to have amazing commentators that are going to be on screen as well, just sort of sharing their key takeaways, their insights and things like that they've taken from it, and just keeping the audience engaged. So it'll be a continuous stream for as I say, 11 hours a day. And yeah, the people that we've got showing up to deliver their own content and their value is just phenomenal. Genuinely, I am blown away by all of these amazing people. I said actually on the landing page it's 30 people, 30 speakers, 30 experts. It's actually 42 with the commentators and the group sessions that we've got in there as well. It's just the whole Ecamm fam has really come through for this. It's going to be really phenomenal. So digitalstagesummit.com is where you can get your ticket.
And what's the price on that, Alec? What's the price on that, Alec?
The price is $3.99.
There you go.
I love it.
It's a great price. It's a great price.
Yeah. Just so many great folks. It's and to be honest, it is the kind of, I mean, it sums up the Ecamm community really, that everybody in the community, and one thing that, you know, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now without Ecamm, but also specifically without the Ecamm community, because it's just such a giving place. And now I will say there's a huge overlap between speakers, you know. We do similar things. I do similar things to Kirk. I do similar things to other people. Kirk's doing similar things to other people in the space as well. But the thing that makes the Ecamm community so unique, in my view, it's kind of unbelievable that it's a community built around software. But it is the fact that it's also supportive, and everybody's just interested in seeing each other succeed and uplifting one another, and that's really what the summit's all about. And just sort of sharing with other speakers, but also speakers obviously sharing their value and their information and insights with others. It's it sums up the Ecamm community in my view.
That is so good.
I love it. I love what you're doing. Hey guys,
man.
I did put the link. Well, Alec put the link in the description here as well. You can actually sign up for the free pass. Alex, will you also talk about the giveaway that you're doing as well? Up to $6,000 worth of equipment.
Yeah, absolutely. So once again, this is just like sponsors coming through in a massive way. And the giveaway is $6,000. It's got gear from Rode. If I just pull it up, I'd close down my browser window. There you go. It's got stuff from Rode. So Rodecaster Duo, Podcaster mic, the mic arm, the NTH 100 headset, and then we've got the Elgato Prompter and the Elgato Stream Deck Plus, the OBSBot Tail Air, HubSpot Tiny 2 as well, plus
Oh,
a
man,
year
both of them?
Ecamm community. You know what, actually, HubSpot, I've given 2 of both of those, but we're doing one with the giveaway, but then throughout the event as well, we've got another, so this is $6,000 to one lucky winner, but we've also got another about $2,500 worth of gear and software to give away through the event. So be sure to come to the live sessions because we'll be doing giveaways just throughout the days there as well. And then in addition to the Ecamm license as well, obviously putting all this to good use is something that you might need some help and guidance with. So I'm giving a year's academy membership to my Digital Stage Academy. That's a full VIP membership to that, and then also 2 hours of one-to-one coaching. So whoever wins this, you've got all you need to get up and running with it and start actually putting it to use, and all the support and guidance you need for the rest of the year as well. And like I say, there's another $2.5 grand worth of stuff to be coming out during the event itself if you show up to those live sessions too.
Doc's asking,
Amazing.
can speakers win?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is an open thing. So yeah.
Let your soul glow. Let's do it.
As long as you enter, that's the thing. You've got to enter to win it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Could you do me one more favor? There's a panel going on, and you just have a great panel host that's supposed to be hosting one of the panels on the third day. You mind sharing about that?
We've got some great hosts. We've got James Hicks and Florence Donald.
That's funny. That's funny.
So day one's panel is Strick, of course, and that is. By the way, I'm actually on all the panels, but I just couldn't fit my big head into these shots, so I just left
you
myself
could have
out.
put yourself in there.
So there's DJ Strick, who's running the panel all about the studio blueprint, choosing the right tech for your needs.
Love it.
And the thing that's important about this is, it's not just about getting like the latest and greatest and just getting yourself, a multiple light.
Exactly.
And so that's why we've got a range of people on there that are going to be able to say, like, choose the thing that's right for you. Start with where you are and look at what you need to actually deliver your content. So we've got Eden Lou from Camo, Roderick, who is an amazing live producer himself, previously sort of behind the scenes, just coming out to do stuff more front of camera now himself. Then we've got Luria Petrucci, obviously, I think needs no introduction in the Ecamm community. Similar for Mr. Camera Junkie himself, Lewis as well. He's going to be there too.
That's going to be a great panel.
That's going to be a really, really great panel. Just to talk about the other panels as well, briefly as well. James Hicks, another amazing member of the Ecamm community and really at the forefront of technology as well, and specifically AI in particular. So he's running a session all about unlocking AI's potential to streamline and scale your business. That's got some amazing speakers as well. So Tanya Smith, who is doing some really interesting stuff, leveraging AI to scale her business.
Absolutely.
David Cruis he's a member of the Digital Stage Academy actually, and doing some absolutely phenomenal things. He's kind of a genius, and he's too humble to admit it, but he's a software programmer, but doing some amazing things with AI in terms of automation of YouTube. And you do not want to miss the beginning of his session. I won't say any more than that, but you do not want to miss. He's doing his own session as well. You've got to check him out. Brian Cossack as well, another amazing member of the Ecamm community. And every time he comes to our office hour sessions in the Digital Stage Academy, I've got a list. I've got literally a Brian list in my browser tab bookmarks, because every time he comes, he's bringing a new tool, and he's been honing this collection of AI apps that he's using for his legal work, basically. So and then the one and only Chris Stone as well.
Love it.
Another guy needs no introduction there.
Correct.
So
Man, that's a
is
serious panel. Wow.
Wait,
phenomenal
Chris
panel.
is working for free? No way.
Hey, okay, Craig.
And then-
Now you got to go to the time that Kirk is going to be on. Let me see when Kirk is going to be on doing his session.
I'll just mention Florence as well. So Florence is doing a great panel about peak productivity, and that's her bag is all about productivity and systems. So Florence is talking all about that, leading that panel with Doc. Peter, who is he used to be a GTD practitioner, as in training people on it. Now he's developed his own system and implements that for businesses.
Oh, yeah.
So he knows a thing or two about productivity. And another person who needs no introduction, Kat Mulverhill. She's going to be there
That's gonna
as
be a
well on that
phenomenal
panel.
panel.
and
Oh, wow.
Dr.
Cat's
Sunny
there.
as well, another member of the Digital Stage Academy, and she's just a phenomenal
Oh, so
person.
awesome.
Training for actually training public speaking is kind of like her main thing, but
Mm-hmm.
she'll be there adding her insights into the productivity conversation. But just to go to Kirk briefly.
Oh,
And
man.
Brandon is saying, hey, he's
Storytelling
excited
strategy.
about it. He glad he
He
hopped
just
on the
signed
stream to see this. And we also have Jeremy saying I've submitted
Yep.
all the links
All
to
the
where
things.
to give away. So there you go. And
Come on, Jeremy, get in there.
so we got people signing up tonight. And I just want to know when Kirk is going to be speaking so I can be sure I'm busy at that time. Let me
Uh-oh.
Kirk,
Uh-oh.
10 a.m. on day 2. 10 a.m. on day 2.
10
I've got to
a.m.,
say,
man.
No,
you know,
What are you
Kirk,
talking about, Strick? We got to heckle him.
Oh,
Come
yeah, I
on.
know, right?
I mean, I hate to put you on the spotlight here, Kirk, but I've got to say, when I started my channel sort of 4 years ago, and you know, when you sort of come into the Ecamm community and you see all the people doing all the different things, you were one of the people who was like a major inspiration for me,
That's
seeing
awesome.
how you were using Ecamm, and like in particular watching some of your like Amazon streams and things like that, and just the way that you seem to captivate your audience, and you're always so engaging. And I can't think of a better person to be talking about.
Oh, wow,
what you were
man.
talking about during the summit. I'm just
Yeah.
so thrilled that
Listen,
you're speaking.
And you are hitting the nail on the head, because that is exactly, I would be pulling from a lot of that in terms of storytelling to engage, storytelling to draw people in, storytelling for it's such a cheat code. Man, thank you so much for that. Those are the kinds of compliments you don't hear enough of. Strick was talking about earlier some of the people that he watched when he was thinking about getting Ecamm, and so to be part of your story is just absolutely amazing, man. Thank you so much for sharing that, and I'm excited, super excited to be able to share storytelling strategies. I just feel like it's such a natural component of life. It's a tradition that far predates anything that we're currently doing. So when you tap into storytelling, there's just so much.
Hey, Kirk, I've been
rich
watching you
power
from the
that you tap
beginning
into,
as well.
man.
I've been watching you from
It's
the
like,
beginning.
Kirk,
What's
Kirk
going
was
on
the
right
first
now?
guy- Kirk, dude, you were the first guy I reached out to about what I was doing with Ecamm, and I don't know if you necessarily got everything that I was doing or what I wanted to do with it, but you were a great sounding board for trying to figure out what it was that I was going to, do with whatever my YouTube life was going to be. So,
Man, I appreciate that, man. Wow. No, you guys, I tell you, I was not expecting any of this. So, but I appreciate there's some Doc remembers there's some crazy days. In fact, what Alec is doing at the summit in terms of, having the Zoom VIP and then having the main stage in YouTube. We used to do some of that stuff. You remember this, Strick and Doc? We used to do this back in the day with like Buy Me a Coffee. We'd have, the after party, right?
That's
So
right.
after you'd come offline, you'd buy a ticket to Zoom and you could jump in Zoom with us and we'd chop it up for another half hour or so.
And
After
Brandon
the show
and I
was done.
we were going over to Clubhouse to do it.
Clubhouse. Oh, Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes.
After party would be in Clubhouse.
Oh man, yeah, there was some wild days. Thank you, Jeremy, thank you, Alec, thank you guys, man. I appreciate that. Strick, listen, man, it is amazing. I remember the stream we did for Thanksgiving or one of those days or Christmas Day or something like that, where we basically tried to break Ecamm. I think this is even before Doc got hired.
Yeah,
we were just tinkering with stuff. We were trying to see if we could bring interview mode into interview mode. It was the Wild West.
5-hour stream.
The 5 hours stream.
Yeah,
but I tell you what,
we
man,
did multiple 5-hour streams. So
many
5-hour
streams
had to do it, and I was one that actually did it. I did it over Thanksgiving, but this was before Thanksgiving. I guess it was around Christmas, or whether it was Christmas Eve or the day after Christmas.
Something like that.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
A ton of us on.
No, but I appreciate you guys, man. I'm excited about the conference. I think there's a ton of value there. Pace yourself, y'all. It's 11 hours straight, so you're gonna have to catch some on replay and different things. But I think it's gonna be it's power packed. So I'm excited, man. What Alec has done. I'm actually excited to see some of the breakdown and how you packaged it, how you planned it, how you plan it. You know, because as a producer, I'm just intrigued by some of that stuff. So definitely looking forward to, you know, what you're going to be able to share after this. Also, I'm super excited about how you're using Kajabi, because that's my platform of choice as well, and you're absolutely leveraging it to the hilt. I think this is a blueprint for others to see. In fact, even Kajabi to see how it could be used. And I don't know anybody else that's using it this way. So I logged in today and I started watching some of the videos that you have set up. It's so well done, man. It is so well done. I just want to commend you again. For those that haven't, if you've signed up and you haven't gone through and just kind of checked everything out already, trust me, do that before the conference starts. Do it before, because there's a lot there already. Even now, there's a lot there that you want to check out. Just the way that you set it up, so intentional. I love it, brother. I'm kudos to you already on what you've done. It's already a blueprint for others to follow.
Yeah.
Yes, I was going to say.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry,
Sorry,
Marianne.
Jeremy.
I was stepping on you. I apologize. But, you know, one of the things about Alec is that he has selflessly given so much to the community. And, you know, for those of you who are watching this live or watching us on the replay, he is truly a gem for the Ecamm community. And what he has taken upon himself to learn, to master, and then to communicate back to the community in something that is understandable.
Yes.
Right?
Totally agree with you, man. I that's why I'm saying I'm humbled and honored, because I've learned so much from Alex. So when he's mentioning that, I'm like, wow, I've learned as well. So yeah, he's completely pouring in. So it's amazing.
If you're not, and look, I got no skin in the game. Look, if you're not signed up for the class, do it now.
Do it now,
because you will gain something out of this, and it will last for a very long time. And,
totally
and what do you have to lose?
What do you have to lose? No, I mean, it's what do you have to lose? I know Marianne was going to talk, so let me shut up.
Yeah,
I was just going to say the that's okay. The process, so once you register, and then the email communication that you, of course, you know, when we sign up for a lot of the different things, we sign up as a content creator and learning, but the communication process, the emails that come through, the PDFs for what the schedule is going to be. It first of all, as a content creator, and you know, in the past I've also created, launched, you know, courses and things like that. It's such a great template, really, of what should be done and how to do it right. Because those are the things that I sort of also look upon as a, you know, creators. Let's see how others do it. And then, so I've got that saved in, you know, in my folder, and this is the things you say. It's so warm. It's not in your face. It's something, it's palatable as well. It's not like bombarded with so much information. And as Kirk said, the orientation pre-launch or pre-live shows, and the short videos, the 2-minute video, the 5-minute video, they're all just digestible, because we know we're all busy trying to create our own content, but it's just so easy to just learn as you go. And of course, yes, put into action, just do these. And it's not a long 45-minute where, you know, you just go, all right, get to the good bit. It's the whole thing is a good bit. So kudos, Alec. It's really good. And that's what I was, with the Ecamm, just being a new member, it's the community. And how you have so much free content, all the different, you know, Strick, Anna, Fulgens, everyone who comes on a weekly basis. And that's what makes it easy for me anyway to show up because someone is always there. I actually miss that there's no show over the weekend because I'm a day ahead of all of you
That's
in
right. That's
Australia.
right.
So I have to wait on a Monday for strict Sunday stuff. I got to wait on a Tuesday to wait for. So
Hey, can I say
maybe,
this?
you know,
What
let's
a
put some,
way to
yeah.
wake up on Monday morning hanging out with Strick, right? Like, what? I
This
don't
is
know a
the
better
same for me.
way
I'm
to
starting
wake
my
up
day.
on Monday. And Alex is the same way.
But
You got Strick in the
there-
morning.
There is
Yeah.
there is a plug that she's making here for Ecamm to fill
There
out
you go.
that weekend lineup. That could be something.
Doc
You know,
is
when I
wondering
used to
how
watch
many,
Doc's, I
he's
used to go to
asking how
Doc's
many
office hours
royalties have
session.
been paid.
I used to go to that too. He used to have
But-
that
but-
on Saturdays, right? That was on
Yeah,
Saturdays.
yeah. So with
Yeah.
Doc's office hour sessions, that when I started my channel, that's what I was doing. But for me, that was because I'm in Thailand. For me, that was like 1 a.m. So
Wow.
I would
Yeah.
watch Doc's stream. Actually, sorry, it was at 3 a.m. So I'd watch Doc's stream at 1 a.m. and then go to the office hours at 3 a.m. Right, and it was only last year or the year before at Creator Camp when Doc says, "Oh, it's time for my regular stream. Do you want to come on the stream?" And I was like, "What do you mean it's time for your stream? It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon." He's like, "Yeah, that's what time it is." And I always associated it as being like this
It's the
nighttime
night
stream,
thing.
but actually it's middle of the day for everyone else.
Oh man,
That's true.
It's,
That's true.
Time zones are fun.
time zones, man. But that's the power of content, man. It's connecting us. Yeah, I could go on and on, but it connects us across time,
Yeah.
geographic locations. Nothing is boundary. Now we can be. I mean, she's in Australia. My goodness, this is crazy. You're in the
is
future.
crazy.
Like,
I know.
tell
I'm
us
in
what
the
those
future,
those-
Monday,
Yeah,
lunchtime.
Definitely. So I can't go without
Alex
saying
and Monday,
hello
too.
to Anna. Thank you so very much for hanging out with us. And Alec, we do have voices on the move. Let me see if I could pull this up. They're saying, "Hey, I'm based in South Africa. I have registered twice because I didn't get any confirmation email for the conference. Please help." I know sometimes
check your spam,
Spam.
but also
Check
if you don't
spam.
see it there, just send it to alec at takeonetech.io or success at takeonetech.io, and that will get to somebody as well.
Yeah, we want to be sure that we get you taken care of. But check your spam, because a lot of times it can go there. And I know that sometimes
CISO.
certain systems have issues with international sending.
Yeah.
So definitely.
It does get my stuff gets picked up by the spam filter as well, so it's a thing. You have to do it at least once, but hopefully that's what happened, and if not, then but I know Alec and his team will take care of you. Sibu Siso is somebody from that is a frequent chatter on my channel, so I'm excited to see that. I sent out something in my newsletter, and we've got something posted on the channel for the summit this week. Just so we're hoping that we can get a couple of people to sign up as well, Alec. We're looking forward to it.
Cool stuff. Cool.
So it's awesome that we could do this organically. But
Yeah.
people are liking the panel today. You guys are awesome. So Joel is saying it, and I want to say it to you guys as well. You all are awesome. And I appreciate you taking the time tonight to kind of hang out with us. There's so much to do. We want to help content creators. We want to help the Ecamm family. And I know we're talking about the digital summit. We want everyone to come to that, but also think about your content strategy and how you can partner with some brands and make user-generated content that can actually support you. You being a content creator could be well more than just a hobby. All right, you can really make some money from some of this, connecting yourself and actually showing off some of the products that you really like inside of your studio. That being said, let me go through this last little bit of how much did Alex pay? If to be I know, right? We need to know how much they got paid for that. And don't worry, Kirk, I work 7 days a week, and I really do believe that he does that. 8 a.m. in Hawaii is like for 4 years straight. There you go. And he was actually helping us out with the email address.
Oh,
Look at the
dope,
last
dope.
one.
Cool.
Alex has
Look at the last one, Strick.
last one.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
By the way, I mean the whole summit. Just to give you a little bit of insight, I'll be running the main feed that's going out to basically an unlisted YouTube feed, and then that'll be taken down at the end of the day and all chopped up and the videos put into Kajabi. But that's running on Ecamm for Zoom on my main computer. All the guest speakers will be coming in for their time slots onto that computer. The Zoom Backstage is running on a second computer. I'm running Ecamm for Zoom to pull out the commentators and anyone asking questions from that, and using NDI to beam it back over to the first computer.
Wow.
I'm also running Tiles
dude.
for Zoom, so that I'll have a Zoom wall behind me with people that are in that backstage.
Yeah.
And then I'm also got Ecamm for Zoom running on a third computer, and that has basically got a list of scenes with all the different timings of every single session, the half hour, the Q&A and everything like that. And that's just going to be automated running through those timings. That's feeding in to the first Zoom so that the speakers can see, like while they're speaking, they can see all the timings, and it's just fully automated. But because I want to be able to have the commentators to be able to see that as well, they'll have an interview mode link so that they can go and log into that computer to be able to have view of the timings without it being broadcast into the Zoom Backstage for everyone else, because it would just be a distraction. So basically it's 3 computers, 3 instances of Ecamm for Zoom, 1 instance of regular Zoom, which is on my main computer so that I can have a back channel chat with the speakers before they're kind of on air.
Nice.
And then also Tiles for Zoom running on that second computer as well. So like it's all being run just with Ecamm for Zoom from my little studio here in a little cottage at the end of my garden in Thailand. It's kind of like unbelievable, like what the technology allows us to do. Audio routing is done with the Rodecaster, so I can plug that into 2 computers and have the audio going back and forth. The fact that we can do all of this from here, and it might seem like 11 hours a day for 3 days. It's only just the same simple building blocks that we're using like right now to do this. Ecamm for Zoom, bringing the speakers in, and there's nothing more complicated about it than that. It's like Ecamm makes this all so easy. I just
love that.
I can't get over how what we're able to do with it. It's kind of phenomenal.
Alec, let me say this. I'm going to have to watch your description of what you're saying you're doing in the replay just to get it all. My head started to hurt a little bit thinking about how you have all of that routed, man. That is awesome. That is awesome just to think through all of that. But before I go to the next thing, I got to say this. Your backdrop. Please tell me about what's going on back here. The update that you have, I really, really love it.
I know, man.
So I've got a screen behind me, and that's because I'm going to be doing as I say, a Zoom wall. So it's actually just behind me. You can't see. But yeah, that's the. Let's see from a different angle. There we go.
You've got. I know you've got some PTZs in there, man.
I have, yeah. And so for some of the sessions as well, I've got like 2 camera angles basically on that same screen. So facing over to the wall, just over beside me. Right. So as well as just this regular view as well, I'll be doing my little intro thing over on that wall as well. So you'll be able to still see those Zoom walls. So yeah, all the cameras that I'm using, apart from my main camera, which is a Sony ZV-E10, the other cameras that I've got around are all OBSBots. I've got 3 tail airs, another mystery OBSBot camera, which I don't know if I can mention, and then also the Tiny 2 and the Meet 2 as well. So that's what's given me all the different sort of camera angles.
How are you linking those in? Are you using the Blackmagic?
I'm actually using the Rodecaster Pro, the Rodecaster Video right now, because I'm trying to do some like video routing. So whilst the Rodecaster Pro 2 is for audio routing, I'm using the Rodecaster Video for a little bit of video routing, because with the latest update, you can basically send individual camera feeds out to different places. Yes. So it means that I can have the video coming into the Rodecaster Video, then it's coming into Ecamm. So I am using like the Rodecaster Video now for switching between these different camera angles like this. But I can also then send that video into my second computer as well. Right. So I'm using it as kind of like a video hub, whereas normally I would recommend just take your video straight into to Ecamm. As for the OBSBots, it's a real mix of things. So I've got some that are wired NDI, some that are wireless NDI, HDMI into capture cards, and USB as well. So it's a mixture of things, and that's what I love about the OBSBots, is that they're so flexible in terms of connectivity into the computer.
That's what's up.
This is Strick, that's a whole other episode, man. We've got to get with Alec and just kind of do a breakdown.
Yeah, really Alec has like 20 cameras. I got 16 lights.
Come on, he's got like, come on, talk about it. Come on, Jeremy, you made it work, man.
I know, man. I got stuff to do. I got to go get on Amazon now.
I know, right?
We need to screenshot this and send this to the wife.
So okay? I got one more thing. Mary, and I really love your backdrop too. I just want to have you talk about it before we get out of here. The colors and all of that. Tell me about.
It screams productivity.
How'd you come up
yeah.
with all of
That's
this?
how far it is. It's my whole setup. I just disconnected. I have lots of cameras too. For someone who's just a, I was going to say small fry content creator, I've got a webcam, but I've disconnected it to make sure I've got the bandwidth. But it's just I can touch the back there. Whoops. IKEA picture ledgers with all my planners, and so
So
all the
colorful.
lights I have all here. I was going to say, how many lights do I have? I have small individual lights, and probably there's 9. And there's IKEA lamps. There's the Philips Hue bar. I think one's there that I can change the light,
Yeah.
and just these ones. I think these are the Ulanzi.
Okay. Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
love
I've
it.
got
Orange is
2 of
great.
these, and so I just
You can't
so
have
for
enough
those
lights.
for those content creators that don't have the space, I do have 2 soft boxes in front of me because for me, and then my desk when I'm planning. But for those content creators that, yes, of course, maybe save up so then you can get the Besky, but you can, a lot of places now sell little RGB lights,
Yeah.
and I have to turn mine on individually. Some of them I do have the apps, but they're all separate because I bought different brands. But it's the thing in the morning that you get to turn on fairy lights. The batteries are sort of dying, but yeah.
Kirk
So
has some fairy
actually,
lights over
this,
there too.
yeah.
He has some fairy lights. I love it.
Fairy
I
lights
love
too?
it.
Is that
But
what they
it
call
just looks
fairy
so
lights?
good. The colors
Yeah.
pop. Your lighting is great. That you have
Yeah.
on you, and you position it so that it doesn't glare in your glasses, which I think is awesome. That shows
Yes.
that you have mastered the lighting in your space.
Yes,
It just
you
looks
have.
really good. Congratulations
Yes.
to you.
So
The
clean.
45-degree angle.
Come on.
And, yep.
She's done it.
So, and made sure the camera is just the right level. So when
That's
I
it.
laugh, that's when you see it. But it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
there
hold
it
your
is.
head
Paul,
up.
Paul just jumped in and said, did somebody say fairy?
Yes, they did. that is
Yeah.
awesome. Hey guys, this
On
has
cue.
been great today.
On
and I'm
cue.
sorry. Let's do this because I guess I have to go around the circle now because everybody really, really has a great setup. I'm gonna end with you, Kirk. So now I'm gonna go to Jeremy to check out what he has.
You checking-
with his whole
you checking
setup,
out me?
the owner. Yeah, I want to do your backdrop. I mean, everything is really, really cool. I like all of the
Yeah.
effects, and definitely I like the bokeh effect that you have on it.
Yeah.
it
So,
kind of-
so I'm running off of a, so like I said before, I got an FX30. This is a Sigma 30 millimeter 1.4, and I believe it's 1.4 right now. I've got some paintings from people in Louisiana, because that's where I'm from, back behind me, and then the lighting and everything is all, it's either aperture or Amaran to light up the scene. So it's about, for us Imperial folks, it's probably 6 feet behind me.
Okay.
So about 2 meters or so. And
how far away is the camera?
yeah. The camera is
Yeah.
kind of a short dude, so I'm thinking maybe 30 inches from my
Okay.
face right now.
Okay, that's pretty
So
cool.
yeah, so it works. Like I said, I can adjust the colors and everything. We all saw that.
What's on the microphone there? Is that the Ecamm logo?
It is. It's a
that's cool,
3D
man.
printed Ecamm logo.
Where'd you get that from? Did you make it?
I saw
I
that.
made it, dude.
I saw that
So-
and I was like, oh.
So okay, so my history, and I'll be really quick. I used to work for Autodesk. I was in the 3D graphics division of Autodesk,
Mm-hmm.
and I've written and published 4 books. I did 3D for a very long time. I wrote books. I made products. I did stuff for Apple that I can't talk about, but I made a lot of products.
That's what's
And
up.
one of the things after I left that industry, I actually started a brewery right before COVID. Mistake.
Okay.
But I kind of transitioned back into the 3D world. So it turns out that the local library here has a couple of 3D printers. that allows me to take my 3D designs and just print them out. And so that's what I did. So this is just, I mean, it's
So did you have to pay for the material at all, or they?
No.
I mean, it's just like
Nope.
going to the printer and, you know, basically their ink. So now it's their material and you just have to have the design. You know what, Jeremy, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure that Ken and Glenn knows about this because of copyright infringement. But you know, that's just totally
priceless.
Different conversation. Kirk,
Jeremy, what he's saying, Jeremy, is that if you send him one, then he won't talk.
Come
to
on,
you.
thank you for the interpretation. I needed that. Thank you for the interpretation.
That's what he's trying to say.
I really do like it, though. I think it's a cool idea, and even better that you showed us that, told us that we could probably get it done at the local library. That's awesome.
Yeah, you can, or if you just, if you want one, just let me know.
Done.
Just let me know.
Everybody
I
that's
know
watching, if you made it this far, Jeremy says let him know. He'll print it and send it to you.
Let me know. I'll print one for you. And and Strick, as a DJ and as somebody who is versed in audio and the only person who has an RE20.
Ooh.
Is that what that is?
20.
I didn't even
I knew that. I knew that it was an RE20.
This is what it is.
Yeah,
that's what's up. You sound great, by the way. You know, if I hadn't said it yet, you sound great.
Thank you.
Thank the microphone.
Now we're really nerding out. There's no doubt.
Yes,
about
we
it.
are nerding out. We went from lights to microphones and 3D printing. And Kirk, let's check you out, man. Let's see what you got.
Oh, is that what we're doing now?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Okay.
If you're watching, we're seconds away from a 2-hour live stream.
Yeah.
And we still have 20 people on, and people are talking about the logos, and we got people saying, hey, they want the logo.
I want one.
Jeremy, you get with Jeremy. He's got logos.
All right.
I love that. My name is Alex Johnson, and no, I'm just joking. So
I know I've got a problem.
So this is a Sony A6400 with a 16 millimeter Sigma lens. It's tried and true. I've tried to replace it. I just can't do it. But anyway, yeah, the studio has been kind of redesigned and set up a little bit differently. This is the BTS shot. So got a key light. Hair light is I've got a fan above me here. So
hey Kirk, when I come to the house in Huntsville, man, I'm taking everything you got, dude.
Take everything, man.
I see everything. I'm bringing a box so I can take everything.
This is another camera. This is the A6000 with the kit lens on it, and so you can kind of see a little bit better the other set. This is a show my wife and I do called the Incubator's Couch. So there's two sets in the room. So our guest and one of us sit on the couch, and then other person sits there. Got 3 mics there coming into a different Rodecaster Pro. That's why I've got two on the desk. And then every now and again, I like to turn around and just look at this other camera and say, "What's up, guys? How you doing?" It's good to, and then you can see what my desk looks like. So I really love this. This is one of my favorite cameras in the studio. So that kind of gives you a look and feel of the whole place. Sure. A lot of boxes from different brands that have sent things through, and we appreciate every last one of them.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I don't let any of them give me a script, not even one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the studio, and it's a work in progress. It's always a work in progress. I'm constantly tweaking and touching it up and making shifts and changes. And did I show you the top down? Oh man, how could I miss that part?
How could you miss that part? That's pretty
gotta
cool.
Show the top down. Yeah. And I've got the dock pops on the desk here. Gotta show that. I've got my little Android guy. You gotta have the Android guy. I don't know you Apple people out here. Android is still anyway. So that's another thing for another time. But yeah, that's you make it fun. You make it fun.
Man, that's cool, man. I think what did Rick say here? Nice cone. I love it.
Nice cone of cleanliness.
Yeah. I love it. That's really cool. Hey, you guys have been awesome. And I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to hang out with us tonight. We're super excited about next week. So everybody, please go sign up. not only for the giveaway, but also for the free session and get the VIPers. Just step up and get the VIP. Why not, right? Be a part of the digital stage. Alec, you're doing a great job, and we're praying that everything that you want to get out of this summit will actually happen for you. And I'm sure that it will. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of it. And I just think that, what you're doing is really, really cool. And not only me, but there you go. One of the people in the comments thinks it's so cool as well. So cool. Guys, please let me see everybody next week. And we'll have a show next Sunday as well. So we'll talk about what happened. And also I have Stephanie Garcia coming through. So you don't want to miss an opportunity to see her as well.
Nice.
And again, thank you guys. Thank you, everybody that's watching. And I've made 2 hours. And you guys are still hanging on there with me. I appreciate
You did it, Strick. You did it, man.
You did it.
Hey, this is DJ Strick, and I would like to thank you for watching another edition of The Stream Show.